Hi, welcome to Coffee with Ken and Nancy. I'm Nancy,
And I'm Ken.
and we were talking this morning a little bit about, you know, bucket list and things that, we would like to do. But today I'd like to really focus on, you know, the Ken's bucket list and talk a little bit about, you know, as he, as we get older, there's just things that, you know, he'd really like to do. And so we're going to start out with, we'll talk about that this morning. First, I want to say thank you for watching my videos, our videos, and I would really love for you to subscribe and hit that like button if you like it, and comment below. There's I will make a comment. You can comment on my comment or whatever. We could have a conversation there, and I appreciate you watching till the end. It seems that throughout our marriage, especially in the early years, Ken just had this real desire to go see the mountains and explore the mountains, and he's done that. Went to the Great Smoky Mountains, different areas that he just has story after story of how he just backpacked in with his sleeping bag and slept wherever he found a comfortable spot and slept in all weather, from the heat to the snow, and he's just got some really great stories. I didn't have any desire to put a backpack on and take a sleeping bag and sleep with the bugs and the animals, especially bears, and he slept with cows. I just didn't. I've just never. I like camping, but my camping is a little bit more glamping than his. So we, I've never stopped him from going, and he's always, just been able to do that. And there's been a pretty long stretch of time that he's not been able to do that, but he talks a lot about, I would really love to do this, and and I'd really love to do that, and gosh, a couple years ago, it seems like, he's faced situation after situation where there were surgeries and things that just took him off his feet. And speaking of feet, this last year he's had 2 surgeries on his feet. So hiking and climbing have not even been in the subject line at all, for the last while. But he still has desire to see things. And so, and I'm a fixer. If I hear that somebody wants to do something and I think that it's, within our means to do it, then I'll say, if you've got that bucket list, start checking it off. Now, about the first of the year, I was thinking over some things that, he had said in the past year after each foot surgery, and while he would talk about, as soon as I get my feet back, as soon as I can get on my feet, I'm going to go climb this mountain, or I'm going to do this. And about the first of the year, he'd been through his last 6 weeks of being off his feet and under doctor's orders to not do this and this. And I thought, you know what? This man's about to be 66 years old this year, and he has a bucket list. And his bucket list and mine, we have some similarities in all, but he really can't wait on me to do some things. He needs to go enjoy it. So about the first year, I said, I went and sat down and I just said, that bucket list you have, the things that you'd like to do, you want to go see this and you want to go do that. What if we make that happen for your 66th birthday? And he just looks at me and he says, okay, like, how are we going to do that? And I said, I'm staying home with the girls. I want you to go with our boys, which is our son and our son-in-law, and y'all go, y'all explore and see the things you want to see, and come back and let me know, is this something possible for us to take with our girls, or you're glad they didn't go because it would be too rough of a trip, and and all the things. And so so that's what we're going to talk about a little bit this morning.
Yeah, like she said, I've done a lot in my life. Just weekend trips, mostly just stuff I could drive to. Did take one long trip up to Maine to a mountain called Mount Katahdin, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was beautiful up there. Got to see some wildlife that I would never see in North Carolina, but up there it was there, and it was just beautiful. Enjoyed it. But my all-time favorite places to go, I want to go out west. I want to go to the Rocky Mountains National Park in Denver, and Archer's National Park. And then we're going to drive to Salt Lake we're going to go visit the Bonneville Flats, someplace I've always wanted to go to see where the land record for speed was made. I'm going to drive just a little bit into Nevada, and then back up into Idaho. And we're going to take Idaho over to Wyoming and go through the Great Teton National Park. We're going to go into the Yellowstone National Park. Going to go up through the northern area into Montana and take a scenic byway towards 12 over to South Dakota. I'm going to go visit, we're hoping to see Devil's Tower, Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, and then into the Badlands, back into Cheyenne, into Denver, and back home. So it's going to be a fun trip. I'm looking forward to it. My son is stoked about it.
Don't say stoked.
My wife don't like it when I say stoked. We're very excited about it, okay? So she thinks I don't sound cool when I say stoked.
I don't care if you sound cool.
But yeah, it's going to be an exciting trip, and we're going to have a blast, and it's going to be fun. I've always wanted to do that. Never had the time. A lot of times we never had the resources to do stuff like that, but we all are pretty excited now.
Well, first of all, when I came up with the idea, I said, just take a long weekend. Maybe travel, on a Thursday, explore on Friday and Saturday, and come home and fly home on Sunday. I said, just fly, rent a car, and you take those 2 days, and and originally he was going to the Grand Canyon and explore the area, whatever's around there, and come home. I thought that was, pretty great weekend. Well, then, you know,
My son
then
got involved.
and then it grew. It was, well, we might need a couple extra days. And, and let's talk about this. What do you really want to see? And hey, what if we did this? And what if we did that? Well, they're now flying out on a Monday and flying back on a Monday.
Sunday.
No.
No, not on Sunday.
No. It's
I
it's
think
Monday.
I
It's
think
Monday.
it's Sunday.
They'll
Sunday to
find out.
Sunday.
They're flying. They're gone a week. And so
Sunday to Monday is what it is. Sunday with to Monday a week.
Yeah. So I think one time, I told him, I said, this is a once in a lifetime trip. And I thought, no, wait. This don't have to be a once in a lifetime trip. This is a lifetime trip. This is something that you just always wanted to do. And he's going to go and he's going to see things. But I don't want him to go and think, this is it. This is, these things are crossed off and this is all I'm going to be able to do. I don't want him to feel that way at all. I still want him to dream. I still want him to believe that he can still do things. And he's got a few more things on his list that he's not going to be able to check off this time around. But they are excited.
Yes.
And they're going to make some memories. So we do have an atlas, and we've got a smaller map, and then we did go on Amazon and we bought some bucket list books, and so he's been able to read and and maybe find one or two things more that they could possibly do in their route, and they've got a route, and it's a pretty amazing route. But I guess my driving force to do this and to suggest this, because if you know us, usually when I come up with an idea, I say, Ken, I have a thought, or Ken, I have an idea, and he always smiles and says, oh no, what are we doing now? But this time, it's about making sure he gets to do some things. We have put a lot off in our life, and we're good with that. We're good with that. But I just know that we're entering into the second half of our life. We might be 60s, but
We ain't no might to be out about it. We are going to be, well, one of us is going to be in our 60s, and one of us already is in our 60s. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's all good. But I just feel it's important not to find ourselves at the end of our life, at the end of a time where something like this is just not possible, and say, well, I wished, or I just so regret. And I don't like regrets. I don't like saying that. And sometimes we just gotta jump and do things. And this is one of those things. He has supported me in my dreams, because the majority of my bucket list is, let's take the family and go to Disney. Let's take the family and go to Tennessee. Let's go to Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg. Let's do a very long quiet weekend, down in Georgia, or when we've got a camper. So we go camping, and let's do a week at the beach. Let's go camping. And so he's always supported that, and um, doesn't necessarily like to drive to Florida, but I don't know how many times we've drove to Florida now, because he knows it's important to me to make memories and not have any regrets. And so we've made some pretty great memories together as an entire family. So now y'all are going to hear all about this trip coming up. And then when they take the trip, then you're going to hear about that trip. And the men in our family are going to go bond, make memories, and set goals for their little families. Like, they're going to take their family back one day, or is it going to be a guy thing and these guys are going to take a second trip one day? So
No, we're gonna have fun. I'm looking forward to it. I know that it's important to my son. He wants to go out there too. I know my son-in-law is going to enjoy it too. They're going to be 100% happy about this one. We have reservations about flying though. Some of us are a little nervous. I'm sorry, guys.
you still didn't turn it off.
Yeah, but we're going out west, and we're gonna have a good time. I wish my wife was coming with me, to be honest with you. I usually don't do a whole lot of traveling without her, and I wish she could see some of the same things that I'm gonna see, but it's just not possible at this time. We have such a, I would say, we have a role in our lives that we need to do, and no regrets about what we're doing. I would not be taking this trip unless she made it up in her mind that I was going. I would have never asked her to do that kind of sacrifice. And I know it's a sacrifice if I'm gone that many days. And one person here is just handling her work and the children both at the same time is really hard. And I really appreciate and love her for doing that. And she's a great wife. Might not tell her that all the time because might blow her head up, but yeah, she's a great wife. And I love her to death. I really do. And I just pray that someday that God gives us the means to take the whole family out there. I would love to take the girls out there and let them see around. And my wife is afraid of flying though, so it would be a drive, and driving that far.
The land is so beautiful though.
It is.
God created this land. We should enjoy every inch of it. So
yeah.
Driving from here to wherever should be should be good.
But that many hours in a vehicle with special needs children is really hard. We'd have to cut off our days short because we'd want to make them comfortable. And but it's doable. And if my wife says we're going to do it, we're going to do it. So, and if she says I'm going out west, I'm going out west.
I said, do you want to?
Well,
I didn't tell you were going to.
Well, but
because if you would have said
saying,
no,
but I'm just saying she would make it happen, and it's going to happen. So, and I think it's a great thing to knock off your bucket list. I don't know exactly everything that she wants to do in her bucket list, but I know that a lot of the things we've done like the Disney trips. She loves Pigeon Forge. She loves the beach. All of those things we've done. I don't know. We always want to go to the Ark, so maybe next year we'll go to the Ark and go out there and see it and drive there. It'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna have a great time, and our family is expanding. We just keep getting grandkids, and we want more and more. So there you go, kids. A challenge to you. So, but we like to travel as a big family too. When we go to Florida, we've had our extended family to go with us, and we've had the best time. We rent a house, and we just have a great time doing all of that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm just glad that that we think the way we do things, and that we don't, things are put off and delayed, and things are like, it takes us a long period of time to plan something, and if we're going to do it as a family, this trip has seemed to be very simple to plan it with just the three guys going, and I'm glad. It is like I said, no regrets. I don't want Ken at the end of his life saying, I really wanted to, but I couldn't. And and not that these things are, his wants are selfish or unreasonable. There are just some things he's just not going to be able to do. I don't know that he's going to be able to climb that one mountain that he wants to climb. I don't know that he's going to be able to. I don't know if he's going to be able to take a backpack with a sleeping bag and go in and find a comfortable spot anymore. But he has those memories, and he has that time he spent with multiple friends and family, and he has that. He may not be able to revisit those days, but the things he can do, I'm all for it. So if you've watched this video up until now, I do appreciate you hanging in there and watching. To new to YouTube people, and to our discussion, sometimes they don't, it doesn't flow very easily, but we appreciate you sticking around and watching to the end. Thank you so much. I would love for you to subscribe and like the video. If you like it, you could like the video for me. And then down at the bottom, you can comment. There's a comment section. I'm sure I'm going to leave a comment, and we can have a discussion there. And we are going to probably talk a little bit more next week on bucket list, what drives us to see the bucket list get accomplished, and everything like that. So
yeah, we're gonna have. There's a lot more I want to do, but I don't want to be selfish either. I want to make sure that whatever I do involves my wife, and that the things that we do will be memorable, and my wife is for it, and we're just going to try to do stuff like that. The little things count.
Yeah.
Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you next time.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.